Good evening, everybody. It's Charlie, and welcome back to the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. I hope everyone's had a great Thursday so far. So then, guys, it's a new thing that I will be doing for the upcoming season, which is a predicted 11 video. Basically, just going to be predicting Leeds United's first 11 based on the team news that we've received from Marcelo Bielsa. So then, guys, before we get into it, though, please smash the like button, please subscribe, and let's get into it. So then, guys, let's dive straight in. So then, based on the news that we've got from Marcelo Bielsa today, he did confirm that Shax is available and that Junior Firpo is available as well. Firpo being available is a massive advantage to us, I think, because it looks like now that Dallas may play in midfield, which for me is a huge benefit. He did also confirm that Llorente will be out for the next 2 weeks. Let's hope that it is just the 2 weeks, though, because we need Llorente back in that back four as soon as possible. He was an absolute rock for us last season, so hopefully that remains the case. In terms of the first 11, then obviously in goal, I believe it will be the Iceman himself, Mr. Elan Melier. Big season ahead for him. He really proved himself last season. He had a few shaky games. The one that sticks out to me is Arsenal away, where he did have a little bit of a shocker. He has looked a bit shaky in pre-season, but I won't read too much into that. I think he's got a massive season ahead. Is France's future number one. And yeah, he will definitely start. He'll have a tough game at Old Trafford on Saturday, but it is what it is. Hopefully, the back four can cause him to have little involvement in the game. So then, moving into the back four, based on what we found out today, my back four is going to be Bill Ayling at right back, followed by a centre back partnership of Robin Koch and Liam Cooper. I do think he's going to start Coops. I know that there'll be sections of our fan base that aren't happy with that. But for me, with Koch being at right centre back, the ideal one to partner Koch for me is Liam Cooper. I think Pascal works better when he's got Llorente next to him. So until Llorente is back, you may see that partnership, guys. And at left back for his Premier League debut, hopefully it will be Mr. Junior Firpo. Again, I'm expecting big things from this guy this season. From the games he's played in pre-season, he does look really good going forward and defensively as well. Hopefully him and Jack can cause teams real issues down that left-hand side and form a really good partnership. So yeah, Firpo at left back. So in the holding midfield pivot, I think he did say that Calvin has been, trying to cram a lot of training in a short space of time. He said he is in contention, but he's unsure as to whether he will start. The fact that he said that would make me believe that he's not going to start KP. And I think he's going to play Pascal in the holding midfield role. It will either be that, or if he's thinking the other way, he might start Koch in at DM, and he might put Pascal and Coops at the back, maybe, because they have been a partnership before. In fact, yeah, that thinking about it, that probably is going to be the case, I think, guys. So yeah, in terms of centre backs, then we'll just go back a bit. I think Pascal and Coops may start at centre back with Robin Koch in the DM role. We know he can play there. Questionable if he's as good as Calvin is in there. I think Calvin, in terms of holding midfield, is one of the best in the Premier League at that role. But Koch's going to have some really top players in that Man United team that he's going to have to try and stop from being on their A game. So let's hope he puts in a good shift. Moving into the central midfield, then in front of Koch, I'm going to go with Stuart Dallas and Rodrigo. I don't think he's going to start Click, if I'm honest. I could be wrong. It could go with Dallas and Click. But either way, Leeds-born Dallas will be in that midfield. It's just questionable whether he goes with Rodrigo or Click. I'm going to go Rodrigo, though. As I say, guys, don't out me on this. I could be wrong. It could go with Click. But I think Rodrigo and Dallas have looked good in midfield together during the preseason in the little stages that they have played there. I think Rodrigo can do a really good job at number 10. I feel like he just needs more games in that role for him to fully develop into it, but hopefully he can. On the right hand side, it's the main man, Mr. Rafinha. Big game for him. This I think he can cause their left back some real issues. And yeah, on the left hand side, it's Jack Harrison, of course. As I've said regarding him and Firpo, hopefully they can form a real good partnership and cause loads of teams issues down their right hand side. And up top, it's Mr. Patrick Bamford, who scored 17 league goals last season. Let's hope he can hit the ground running and get a goal or two at Old Trafford on Saturday. So, yeah, guys, that is my predicted 11 for the Scum game on Saturday. Hit me up in the comments with what you think Bielsa will go with. As I've said, I'm not saying I will be 100% right. He could choose to start KP in at DM, could take Cock out and put Cock and Coops at centre half. But for me, if KP doesn't play, Cock is going to play at DM and it's going to be Pascal and Coops at the back. Really good news that Firpo looks set to start as well on his Premier League debut. And yeah, the fact that Dallas is playing in midfield as well, as I said, whether it's Click or Rodrigo remains to be seen. I personally would go with Rodrigo, and I think Bielsa might do. But if he goes with Click, I will fully trust in that decision as well, guys. So yeah, hit me up in the comments with what you think. Smash the like button. Please subscribe, and I will see you for Bite Size Leeds tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.